Oh, why use the word impale?
What does yaoi mean? After a quick kiss to the sack, Rohan licked up to it to the base of his shaft before taking one into his mouth and sucking on the sensitive flesh.
My boy is like speed running butt love right now.
I'm so scared how this video is going to turn out.
How's it going, everyone? This is the Anime Man, and today I am with a special guest. Introduce yourself.
I'm Joel from RoomieOfficial, and I do music things, but I'm a big anime fan. I watch all of the top 3 my anime lists animes, and then I don't watch anything else.
Roomie's that other Swedish YouTuber that you've probably seen. How often do you get that?
That's how I like to be introduced. Like, I'm kind of like, you know, I'm just the very distant number 2.
It's okay, Joel, you're number 1 in my books. I know there's a lot of people out there who may not necessarily identify as loving anime on their YouTube channels, but we all know deep down everyone secretly loves anime. Everyone's secretly a weeb. I decided to start this, I guess, brand new series, if it goes well and you guys like it enough, where I bring on, like, non-anime YouTubers to come on and do what any anime fan likes to do best, and that's to read some horrible, cringy, and hilarious anime fanfics.
Hell yeah.
I understand that Roomie likes his JoJo, as anyone should. Obviously.
It was high up on my anime list, so I had to watch it.
Of course. I mean, you know, if you're an anime fan, you have to like JoJo, okay? That's not me gatekeeping, that's just fact, alright? Hate the game, not the player. I went onto fanfiction.net, as any cultured gentleman would, and I found some questionable JoJo fanfic. So I thought, let's get on a absolutely wholesome and pure-hearted YouTuber like Roomie and just completely destroy his purity by making him read out these horrible JoJo fanfics. I found this yaoi fanfiction called Jealousy and Video Games. I don't know why it has that title, but it's by Yaoi Lover 969.
What does yaoi mean? You gotta help me, or will I experience it as we read? Is that the idea?
I'm hoping that we'll experience it as we read this, but basically yaoi is the anime term for boy-on-boy sexy time.
Ah, so like kind of, would you say is Yuri on Ice yaoi anime? No?
Yeah, I mean, to an extent.
Now I'm even more excited. Let's do this.
Jealousy and Video Games, brought to you by the Anime Man and RoomieOfficial. Rohan was currently at Josuke's house, sat on his couch being completely ignored. Josuke had invited him over to play video games together, although video games really didn't interest Rohan.
He'd arrived expecting Yosuke to at least pay some attention to him, especially considering they were alone. Tomoko, Josuke's mother, was away for the night, so Rohan had expected Josuke to practically jump him when he entered the door.
Wow, what an expectation. However, all Josuke had said to him was, "I'm at a really difficult part of my game. Let me finish it, and then I'm all yours." Oh, hell yeah. As quietly as he could, Rohan slipped from the couch, crawling over till he was between Josuke's thighs. Oh shit, my man making a move.
Yes. Josuke was completely oblivious until he felt his zipper being pulled down and his
Willy
being pulled from his pants. Okay, this is the type of video we're doing.
Hell yeah, this is the epic content we signed up for. Josuke glanced down at his crotch in time to watch as Rohan took the head of his
Willy
into his mouth, giving it a few sucks before flicking his tongue over the tip.
Oh my god. Yosuke let out a long, breathy groan as Rohan swirled his tongue over the head before taking his entire length into his mouth.
He gave the thick shaft a few hard sucks and then started to bob his head up and down. Josuke grunted, his face screwing up at the pleasure he was experiencing. Ugh!
Rohan, wait. Let me finish. He tried to get out, while Rohan simply hummed around his shaft as he...
Adult stuff.
There was no way that the great Kishibe Rohan was going to back off and let his boyfriend ignore him again. Oh no, not on his life.
This time, when Rohan brought his head up, he swirled his tongue around the tip before letting the length fall from his hips with a soft pop sound.
Instead, he started to trail open mouth kisses down the underside of his
Willy
all the way down to his balls. Man, he's giving that boy a full workout.
Ah, this is going the 9 yards. What is it that was called? The full 9?
Yeah, the whole 9 inches.
Oh, after a quick kiss to the sack, Rohan licked it I'm gonna have to. After a quick kiss to the sack, Rohan licked up to the base of his shaft before taking one into his mouth and sucking on the sensitive flesh. This gave him a surprised moan, as from Yosuke, as one of his hands left his controller to entangle itself in Rohan's hair. This is very confusing now. I don't see this in front of me anymore. Sometimes I feel like people write these things because they want compliments on their writing. Like, oh, you could be an author or whatever.
How many, book publishers are going to be like, so I read your Josuke and Rohan fanfiction. I really liked the part where you talked about, him kissing the underside of his
Willy.
all the way down to his balls. That was some great imagery right there.
I'm particularly impressed with this gained him a surprised moan, as from Yosuke, as from his.
Rohan got a little fed up with the feel of Josuke's pants rubbing against his face as he pleasured his boyfriend. So, he let go of Josuke's balls before ordering him to stand, yanking his pants down to his ankles. Well, that sentence just didn't make sense.
I don't understand anything. This is just like some Mad Lib stuff now. I don't understand. Satisfied now, Rohan trailed kisses up Yosuke's left thigh when he drew closer to his
Stiffy.
once more. He paused and bit down roughly on the soft flesh of Yosuke's inner thigh. Oh no, that's not okay. Have you ever been bitten and been like, yeah, this was great, thanks?
When someone has bitten me, I don't think, oh yeah, that's hot. I think, ow, you just bit me. Josuke yelped softly at the bite, looking back down at Rohan with a pout. Rohan didn't care what kind of look he got. He was punishing Josuke for caring more about his dumb video game over him after all. I just want this to be like just Josuke looking down being like just playing COD. Yeah. It's just like, dude, you ruined my KD ratio. What the
That is good.
And you bit my thigh.
Feeling like it had enough of the teasing and foreplay and quite hard himself, Rohan awkwardly stripped off his lower half before climbing onto Yosuke's lap.
Oh god.
The heated look. Oh, sorry, that's you. I got into it.
Oh, okay.
I'm getting into it.
It's like, I got this. The heated look he got from Josuke caused a smug smirk to grace Rohan's lips. Deciding a tiny bit more teasing is well worth it, Rohan nipped roughly at Josuke's bottom lip while grinding his hips against Josuke's painfully harder.
Stiffy.
Ooh.
Ooh, it was painful. Rohan was quite confident that he could take Yosuke's thick shaft without much trouble, with how much Yosuke liked to fool around. With that thought in mind, let go Yosuke's bottom lip so he could spit on his palm before reaching behind him till he could wrap his fingers around that thick shaft, stroking it a few times using his spit as lube.
That should have been like 3 separate sentences, but whoever wrote this was just like, just give all the information all at once. Once Rohan was satisfied with the job, he used his hand to steady Josuke's shaft, allowing him to slowly impale himself.
Impale.
Oh, why use the word impale? Until Josuke was fully sheathed inside him. Oh my god.
Rohan let out a shaky breath. A shaky breath, please. Although it wasn't painful, he wasn't used to being
Osmosis.
with no prep.
He prepped himself. He used the spit as a lube. Josuke was incredibly fond of prepping him with his tongue and fingers. With one look at Josuke's face, it was obvious that he too was feeling it much more than usual. Well, I mean, that's good.
He also noticed that Josuke's fingers and what? He also noticed that Josuke's fingers stopped tapping away on the buttons on his controller. Smirking a little, Rohan leaned in to place a soft kiss on his lips before trailing a few. Smirking a little, Rohan leaned. Oh, spilled coffee everywhere. Smirking a little, Rohan leaned in. Don't forget to play your game. You're not allowed to touch me until you finish what you set out to do. Rohan whispered huskily into his ear, making sure to nibble gently on his lobe. I haven't read this much since I was in college. This is bad.
Josuke's grip on his controller tightened as Rohan repeated the motion. Each time he dropped back down, his walls would tighten from the pleasure, squeezing around Josuke's
Stiffy.
sending bolts of pleasure through him, making it almost unbearable. Wait, what was making it unbearable? The walls or the pleasure? I don't even know why I'm questioning it.
Seeing Josuke's face so full of pleasure, but also the struggle of having to keep his hands to himself until Rohan gave him permission to touch, was highly amusing for the mangaka, but he decided to be a little nicer to his boyfriend.
Leaning in, he captured Josuke's lips in a rather heated, passionate kiss that Josuke was more than happy to return as he nibbled gently on Rohan's bottom lip. There's a lot of nibbling happening in this relationship, I've noticed.
Rohan made sure to rock his hips each time he dropped down to completely swallow his shaft, as well as tightening his walls just enough to send bolts of pleasure through him. Now we got bolts of pleasure again. Not enough Urban Dictionary, not enough Dictionary.com. Come on, man.
Come on, at least change it up a little bit, Jesus. Watching Josuke struggle was amusing. However, the slow and teasing pace was soon not enough for Rohan either, and so he kissed the younger's ear before whispering,
Right now, all he wanted was to his incredibly sexy boyfriend.
Rohan's a good looking dude.
Yeah, no, he definitely is. I think it was, if I had to choose a male crush, it would be Josuke all the way.
I don't know, man. I'd give Rohan a poke. His
Stiffy.
hit that sweet spot buried deep inside Rohan with pinpoint accuracy, making him see stars as he started to moan out loudly.
As much as Rohan fully enjoyed being in control and teasing his disobedient boyfriend, there was nothing quite like just how rough Josuke's thrusts could get as he slammed into his prostate.
Why did they have to use the word prostate? That is the most unflattering word that you can use. Rohan found that nothing could satisfy him anymore. Nothing except Josuke's
Willy.
that is. Ooh.
Fingers, beads. That's just a series of just sensor sounds.
The way you read those like first 4 words is like the beginning to Avatar, but like a version. The 4 nations, fingers, vibrations.
Josuke buried his face into the crook of his boyfriend's neck, nuzzling in the warm flesh and drinking in his cologne, okay.
What?
This is like straight, just translated from another language now. It seems like it's written in
This is like some Google translated shit. Rohan let out a rather loud moan. May I have a loud moan, please? That was a lot more feminine than I thought it was going to be. Rohan's legs wrapped around him,
But.
locking him in place. This boy's coming in for the kill. Josuke! He complained breathlessly. What? Complained? I thought he was enjoying it. Why would he be complaining?
You left a mark again. He crawled out weakly, doing his best to sound annoyed.
Josuke laughed softly, rubbing the back of his neck in nervousness, before pecking Rohan's lips softly, whispering an apology. I'm sorry. Aw, they're getting cute now.
However, he said nothing and simply placed another loving kiss to his lips as his continued to slam onto him.
The sound of skin slapping against skin filled the air, along with Rohan's moans and Josuke's grunts and groans.
Filled the air. I like the idea of sounds filling the air. Rohan was sprawled out beneath him legs.
Josuke's thrusts became erratic as he drew closer and closer to his
Happy.
He could tell from Rohan's spasming walls around his
Willy.
that he too was nearing his climax. The word spasming in this context is just so disturbing.
Oh yeah, I'm feeling it now. We might have to take a 10-minute break in a little bit. So. Cool down. Seeing this, Josuke snaked a hand around Rohan's thigh until he wrapped his fingers around Rohan's previously neglected
Stiffy.
pumping it in time with his thrusts, paying special attention to the head as
Juice.
beaded at the tip.
Oh my god.
Using his
Juice.
as lube, he was able to pump his shaft easier and faster.
My boy is like speed running butt
Lung.
right now. Rohan was a moaning, writhing mess beneath Josuke, now bucking his hips up into Josuke's hand as he pumped his
Willy.
chasing after his.
Happy.
He's like, I'ma let you finish.
He let out a loud cry of pleasure as
Juice.
Yosuke's hand, panting heavily as his balls started to violently around his
Stiffy.
drawing Yosuke to
Happy.
him as well.
Josuke pulled out and started to pump his own
Willy.
as he came hard, his own seed mixing with Rohan's that had escaped his hand and landed on the mangaka's stomach and chest. Jesus Christ.
Yosuke quickly flipped them again so that Rohan was now laying on top of him, not wanting to squash his smaller boyfriend.
How much bigger is Josuke compared to Rohan? I thought they were like the same size.
No. Rohan's like, it's got like a thin frame, but I think it's width mainly, right? Or is it? Could be the jacket though.
I guess now Rohan, canonically, according to this fanfiction, is like a twig next to Josuke. The movement of him getting up woke Josuke, who groaned softly and rubbed at his eyes. He mumbled softly before his eyes finally focused on a very naked Rohan. Their dry
Juice.
on his body, a reminder of what they'd done the night before.
Why didn't they clean or anything? That's gross.
Don't leave dry
Juice.
you, man. That's not sexy.
Rohan looked down at his boyfriend before running his hands through his hair, and for the first time noticing that his headband had been removed sometime during their lovemaking.
How dare he? The audacity of this take off his headband.
That's messed up, man. When in the bathroom, Rohan turned the shower on, waiting for it to heat up. Before stepping under the spray, Yosuke quickly stepped in with him and found it extremely hard to keep his hands to himself.
Josuke, if you do not keep your hands to yourself right now, I'm gonna use Heaven's Door to make you unable to touch me until I see fit. Finally, after like 20 paragraphs, they finally throw in a JoJo.
Yeah, I was thinking that. There's been nothing.
Josuke got out of the shower, first grabbing some towels and their clothes and quickly getting dressed. When he was in the living room, retrieving their clothes and looking for Rohan's headband, he heard the door open.
Tomoko stepped into the house and greeted her son like any other day, heading into the kitchen to make a coffee.
Oi, Yosuke! Did you retrieve all your clothes?
He called out, unaware of the addition in the house.
He's just incapable of whispering. Rohan's like, Josuke, we need to be quiet. It's like, alright, no, I need to be quiet. Tomoko stood in the doorway, now watching Rohan's retreating back, simply waiting for Josuke's explanation. That sentence made no sense.
Oi, you see, Mom? That was Rohan Kishbe. He's a manga artist and my boyfriend.
Tomoko smiled at her son's boyfriend before turning to the kitchen.
Oi, it's a pleasure to finally meet the young man who captured my dear Josuke's heart. Would you care to stay for breakfast?
Just the mom sounds exactly.
The end.
That was beautiful. Woo! Let's write one review each here. Okay, read your review, please.
I'm going to read it exactly how I wrote it, okay? This was a maze. I really like the grammar you used through the sentence words. 10 out of 10 would read again read.
That is really good. Mine's very different. Okay. I enjoyed the mentions of shafts. It's lacking a lot in modern prose, despite being one of my favorite words to both imagine and read. Would love to have Josuke's dad involved in some trio action with Hermit Purple slithering around, penetrating all three. When you think about it, as far as why isn't the dad involved more? I guess people don't find the dad as I think he's the most, like, you know, like someone does something a little bit too risque for him. He's like, oh no, you know,
Yeah, oh no!
Oh my god!
Why are you like weirdly good at that? Well then, this author is going to really, I think, appreciate the feedback that we have given her.
Now it just feels mean. Jellybean8290 wrote, ha ha ha. Why can't I see this happening in an actual episode with these two? No.
Well, how was that in your opinion? Did you enjoy?
It was so hard to read. For many reasons, but like one of the reasons just being like it's some of the most difficult sentences I've ever tried to pronounce.
It's like the equivalent of, like, you know, when you're like writing an essay at school and they say like it has to be 5 pages long and you're like, all right, I have to extend this sentence out for as long as possible to just fill up the space.
I love how it progressively got worse too. Like in the beginning it was kind of okay, and then she just gave up, I guess.
It's just like, yeah, whatever. People won't read that far. It's all right.
People are already
Happy.
Yeah. My job is done.
Yeah.
Well, I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below.
Leave your reviews of this beautiful...
Yeah, leave your review. Leave your review, exactly. Go check out my friend Roomie. Links in the description below. He makes some amazing videos, so definitely go check him out. Yeah, if there are any more other weird fanfics that you want me to drag my other YouTuber friends into, then let me know down in the comments below. I'd be really interested to hear. But thanks for coming on to this video and destroying your sanity for us, Roomie.
I'm so scared how this video is going to turn out.
Guaranteed, this video ain't gonna get monetized at all. Like, it'll be of course this gets monetized. So I'd appreciate it if you guys smash that like button if you did enjoy this video. And again, go check Roomie out. So
thanks.
Yeah. Anything you want to end with, Roomie?
Everyone go try to get Baby Steps another season, please. He never got good. He never got good. It's awful.
Exactly.
It was all just
exactly.
It was all just trap. I hate it. Did you watch Baby Steps? I'm so sad. I went all anime.
No.
Oh my god, you didn't even watch Baby Steps. It's a terrible anime. Don't watch it.
Now I'm just tempted to go watch it.
You know, like there's some animes where people just struggle. Like in the beginning of Tokyo Ghoul, you got I think it's like 4 episodes where he's just a piece of
Yeah.
and it's like that, but for 2 seasons.
But yeah, guys, hopefully you enjoyed this video. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Like and favorite if you enjoyed. Subscribe for Anime Banter. Keep watching anime. Done.